fans, Shane Carlson here with you at Full Throttle Weekly. Uh, I have a feeling everybody was pretty happy at the water cooler this week because Dale Earnhardt Jr. just won his third race of the year, sweeping Pocono. And it's the first time since 2004 when he won 6 races. This is Junior's best year. He's got 3 wins so far this year. Still have 5 races to go till the chase even starts. Who knows what's going to happen in the chase? But man, Junior's on a rail this year, and he's looking really, really good. Hendrick Motorsports overall, real good. That was Hendrick's 5th consecutive win at Pocono in the Cup Series. So those guys are looking strong. Jimmy, Jeff, Dale, all those guys. Casey had a shot at the win last week in the Indy. And, I feel like he's kind of actually points racing right now because he doesn't have a win yet. And he's just on that fringe of getting into the chase on points. And if he can get a win, he'll get into the chase. But right now, he's not locked in at all. So would like to see Casey get in there. But big weekend overall last weekend. We had all 3 series in action, trucks, nationwide, and cup. This weekend, it's just going to be nationwide and cup. They're going to be in Watkins, Glen at the road course. It's going to be the final road course of the year. But let's talk about last week first. Austin Dillon, the 2011 truck champion, won at Pocono in just a spot start for Austin. He doesn't normally run the truck series anymore. He's obviously driving the 3 car in the Sprint Cup series. Just made a spot start though, and he was able to end Toyota's win streak in that series, dating back to last year. They had won, I believe, the final 2 races of last year. Toyota did, and all 10 to begin this year, and this was the 11th race of the year, but Austin Dillon finally put Chevrolet in victory lane in the truck series. So that's a big deal. Ford is still yet to get there, but their driver, Ryan Blaney, does lead the point standings still. So that's just something to watch over in the truck series, is the manufacturer battles. And nationwide series, I was lucky enough to go down to Iowa Speedway myself and experience the race. Brad Keselowski won for the 3rd time at Iowa Speedway in his career, and it was his 2nd consecutive in the August race, the U.S. Cellular 250. And so he's just lighting it up down there, and who knows if that'll be his last time down there in the Nationwide Series, because I know they have Ryan Blaney as an up-and-coming driver. I'm not sure if he's going to be in that full-time ride next year in the Nationwide Series, the 22 Discount Tire Ford. We'll wait and see how the trucks go for him this year. As I mentioned before, he is leading the points over the truck series. So maybe if he does well enough in the truck series, they'll move him up to the Nationwide Series full-time next year. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, Keselowski just had dominant car all night. Led 146 laps out of the 250. Started outside pole, outside from Trevor Bayne, and really took the lead on lap 32. He had a challenge from Sam Hornish Jr. a few times, but really Keselowski had the best car all night. There was a caution with 9 to go. James Buescher pounded the wall in turn 1 there. But and then the caution came out and cars pitted. Most guys took 2 tires. Hornish took 4, so that set him back a little bit. And actually, Michael McDowell was restarting first on that restart there, looking for his first career win in NASCAR in any of the top 3 series. But Keselowski was able to get by him and get his 3rd career win at Iowa. Yeah, that's pretty much that. And on top of points in the Nationwide Series is still Chase Elliott, who finished 8th on Saturday night there. He leads his teammate Regan Smith by 2 points in the championship battle. And they will all be the Nationwide Series will be in action this weekend at Watkins Glen, as well as the Sprint Cup Series. Now let's talk Dale Jr. Pretty much lit it up on Sunday again. I don't think he was the best car though. I think Jeff Gordon had the best car again. And Jeff was actually looking for his first back-to-back win since 2007. So it's been a while since Jeff went back-to-back. But both guys had a strong car. Those guys, they had the two best cars. I think Jeff's was a little bit better in the long run. But a few cautions came out late. There was one with 14 to go, and then they ended up being your green-white checkered finish. And Junior was first at that point, and having the clean air on the grill, it's so hard to pass at Pocono anyway. That once you get out front, it's just really, really hard for anybody to get by you, let alone muscle by. And somebody would have to use their car up pretty much to get there even. So, as I mentioned before, it was the third win of the year for Dale Jr. As of now, he is second in the point standings overall to Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon does lead the regular season standings. Jeff's got 2 wins compared to Junior, who has 3, as well as teammate Jimmy Johnson, and Brad Keselowski also has 3 for Team Penske. So those 3 guys, if the chase was to start today, those guys would be tied atop the standings, and Jeff would be a little bit further down, about 4th or 5th. Harvick also has 2 wins, so depending on who has the tiebreaker there, it would be 4th or 5th. But yeah, Junior having a good year. Hendrick Motorsports overall having a good year. Greg Biffle gambled for the win there. If there was not the 2 cautions there at the end, he may have gotten the win. I'm not sure about that. They were pretty close on fuel, so I think the cautions might have saved them a little bit of fuel to make it to the end. Greg finished 5th, so a good run for them. Good run for Clint Boyer, who finished 4th. Really haven't heard too much from Clint Boyer. He's been pretty quiet this year. Didn't win at all last year. Still winless this year, but he's pretty much MWR's best hope to get into the chase right now. But we'll see what goes on there. I know they're generally pretty decent at Michigan in a couple weeks here, but Watkins, Glen, I think Clint has won at Sonoma, which is a road course, but Sonoma and Watkins Glen are pretty different, even for being road courses. They're pretty different. But as let's get on to my picks for this weekend. Trucks are off. Nationwide Series, I'm going to stick with Brad Keselowski. Going to go back-to-back this weekend. He won this race last year. Generally, when he's in the field, he's the one to beat. So I'm going to pick the 22 discount tire Ford. And in the Cup side, I am going to go with a dark horse here, I think. Marcus Ambrose in the number 9 car. His teammate won earlier this year at Daytona, Eric Almirola in the 43 for Richard Petty Motorsports. So Eric is in the chase. Marcus is still looking to get into the chase with a win. But Marcus is a great road course racer. You guys are going to hear his name a lot this weekend. And this is one that he has had circled on the calendar all year long. And I think they put a lot of emphasis on this race. So I think they're, obviously every driver tries to go out and win each race. But Marcus Ambrose, I think, even has more emphasis put on this race this weekend. To get into the chase, there's a lot of pressure on this team. So anything can happen there. They just have to make sure they hit their marks. Their pit stops are solid. They don't have to be great on every pit stop. Just make it, 13-second stops all day long. I'll take that because I know Marcus Ambrose can wheel. So I think Marcus Ambrose gets a win this weekend in the number 9 car. And anyway, I'll be back with you guys next week to recap Watkins, Glen, and look forward to Michigan. Thanks, guys.